Hey, good evening everyone. My name is Scar Navarro. I am the Drama King, where life is drama, drama is life. And today, though, I want to talk about a documentary that has been out on Netflix, though, and many of us grew up with him, especially whoever watched Primer Impacto, and especially when you hear the message Mucho 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 Amor, which you all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the late Walter Mercado, who recently passed in November of last year, and definitely just watching the documentary does gives back memories though, but also tells you so much about his life and also things that he went through and things he didn't know about and just the popularity he had, especially if you were born in the 90s, especially those who grew up or have families of who are from an older generation though. Many of them know who he is though, and Sunday, not but the Sunday before, I saw the whole entire documentary though, and it definitely brings back home, definitely brings back memories though, and definitely like tells you not only what his life is like now, but just so much that he has learned and just all the criticisms he has faced so much though, and yet he still maintains a presence within our household and just so many things that we kind of wish we could have appreciated more. But anyway, Mucho Mucho Amor focuses on the life of Walter Mercado as told in Walter's eyes, Walter's perspective, especially the people and the team that he has. They all discuss his experiences with Walter, not only from his youth, because he was born in the countryside of Puerto Rico, and for those who are from the countryside though, especially in Puerto Rico, they're called Jibaro or Jibara, which is basically like when somebody grows up in the countryside though, we call them ranchero. It's very similar to that, in which one, especially when he talks about his experiences as a little boy, especially when he healed a bird who was dying, and just people who were just mesmerized by his aura, and just people who like he also helped, especially in his own in the countryside where he grew up, in which one he is very proud of being Hibaro, in which one definitely he definitely talks about his youth, especially he before becoming our especially before that he was an actor, he was a singer, and he also was a dancer as well, especially in the 50s and 60s, especially when he was younger, especially right around the 50s, 60s. And not only that, but he was also known for his unique fashion sense, his unique presence, in which one we all see, especially in TV, his interviews, especially the outfits that he would wear, the capes, the the big capes he would have grew up with. And I wonder if Juan Gabriel saw that as an inspiration. I kind of wanted to ask myself that, but um, but but also what I liked about this documentary though, it also not only details his youth though, and especially when he started in in Puerto Rican television though, especially when he did telenovelas and theater and dance though, and especially knowing that he had talents and he wanted to use them in every way as possible though, not just to like capitalize, but to like bring people positive messages, and just showing a unique sense, and just having a charisma, a presence though, especially in astrology, which was his niche. And even with that though, also talks about he also was someone that thus that not only with the success though, he would have a show which was El Show de Walter Mercado, which was a success in Puerto Rico, and then here onward though, he would become a bigger sensation than he bigger sensation that he would end up becoming popular in English market, and even in Brazil, and even everywhere around the world though. He would publish books, and they were of massive success, and just even watching him on Primer Impacto back when we were younger and back when I was a kid and back when all of us were children, though, just someone that not only tells you your signs but also tells you what to look for, what to wait and expect, but also give you a message of hope and peace, especially if you're going through a lot, even the period where we're going through now, especially during this pandemic, though. It's also important to say that like he also was basically like the go-to guy for our parents, and was somebody who not only studied but appreciated all faiths, all backgrounds, and just someone who not only saw the things that but definitely was someone who was very deeply devoted to so many faiths such as Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, and many more, and just someone who does put his passion into his life, though. But he also, because of the huge success, so he was also interviewed on Howard Stern, and just so many things that he does talk about. In which one, I really do feel like he has so much success, though, and definitely helped a lot of folks like myself and many others, though, express ourselves in many ways we want to be and we want to become. And definitely he was someone who has an aura, a mystique to him, which definitely, excuse me for 1 second, but he had an aura and a presence over. He liked to make sure to maintain that mystique, that aura, though, which people would come back to, and just someone who, with the success he had, especially when we were all children, especially when all of us, when our parents were growing up, and just so much generations now, he was gigantic, but deep down he always remained true to his origins and always had an innocence to him that his team, especially his manager, especially his nieces, do talk about. And he's also someone who also loved his family, and just someone who definitely cared about what he did, and just someone who definitely wants to bring something where we can all, where like he can have an impact on just someone who just someone who wanted us to feel like, you know what, to also give us that message of just strength, peace, and just unity. There was a lot of commentaries from Raúl de Molina, Eugenio Derbez, and Manuel Miranda, and just many of those who grew up with him as well, which is something that I appreciate. And not only was he popular, but he was an icon, and even now with social media, though, especially with the exhibit that they did around August of last year in Miami, it definitely shows you how much of an impact he had, even during his final days, though. Like, tells you so much that tells you so much, yeah, so much of like how much he brought his not just astrology signs but everything into people's lives. And even during the heyday, and especially in the 90s, though, not only that, like, they would have hotlines, so many things like that, though, which one I do question that as well, because especially with the scams that is still going on nowadays, though. But especially a part that did stand out for me was the alliance he had with this guy, which one I don't remember on top of my head, though, in which one Walter, who didn't know what was going on, would sign his name, and that guy would take away not just his name but his just everything, and just taking advantage, and just not knowing that he would be barred of criticism, backlash, and just legal battles, which was insane, because it's like you always have to be careful who you meet because you never know who they're really like. And this also definitely tells you not just what he went through, but how that impacted his life for the rest of the years and how it impacted his health and just so much. So even though he spends his final days in Puerto Rico, though, especially looking at just how especially when he has to go take his vitamins and just so much, though, tells you like how much the experiences that he went through had an impact in his life, especially as he became more of a especially now as a hermit, though, someone who did, and it was very heartbreaking just watching that as well, because it definitely does tell you, like, especially looking at the clips, and back Nate tells you like he's someone that's very devoted, but because of what happened, though, he no longer had the strength to do it, though, but because of what had happened to him, and it's insane, which is kind of like that lesson, though, you never know what you have till it's gone. Yeah, even though like he got everything back, though, but there was a moment, though, where like he almost died, and which was interesting, especially his nieces, though, and definitely when he would wake up, though, he saw angels when really were doctors, and that definitely was a very emotional moment as well. But also, one thing that I really did like from this documentary, though, was when Lin-Manuel went to Puerto Rico and saw Walter Mercado, and it was a very beautiful scene. I could definitely enjoy that, and I definitely did like that scene a lot, though, because it's like it's like meeting your childhood idol, and it definitely does bring great memories. And one scene, though, was when he went to the theater where he started his career, and definitely just talks about the memories he had there, and it was beautiful. It was definitely has a very beautiful nostalgia to it, and overall, though, the scene, before the exhibit they would do in Miami, he ended up experiencing a fall, and he was a trooper. He definitely was a trooper, and definitely had people who surrounded him, and definitely like tells you like they're there till before he left, and yeah, that was really amazing. Like how much he had a very devoted team around him, and overall, though, I definitely did enjoy watching the documentary, though, especially the exhibit, though, and especially like just looking at all the things he wore on TV, and just tells you like not only was he an icon, though, but he was someone who kind of made us feel confident with our identity and making us know, hey, I am what I am. I need to love. I am what I am, and because of that, though, he would become an icon, though, and definitely about equality, love, and especially in the LGBTQIP community as well. So he definitely like made an impact as well, not just with the outfit that he wore, but the confidence he had, the fact he wasn't afraid to express himself in any means possible, especially when he said, I don't like being parodied, though. That definitely realizes like like he wasn't taking crap from no one, and that I definitely appreciate it, though, because there's those that do respect parodies, and just there's celebrities those who do like them, but he was someone that didn't take crap as well, like especially when he was interviewed in Mexico in the 90s, though, he was like he was not having it, and he was like, I'm proud of what I am, and if you guys don't like it, deal with them, Oh wow. Which one? I definitely liked about him though that he had this not just his charisma, but this presence though, especially with the, not just a fashion presence though, but someone who loved what he did and definitely enjoyed his own passion. But with so much that had happened though, it was taken and yeah. But now now after months, after around 7 or 8 months after his passing though, it definitely gives us a much bigger appreciation to Walter Mercado and not just his contributions though, but just the impact many Latin ex families have, and just it just definitely just brings home, brings lots of great memory. Just just seeing him one last time and just watching the documentary, knowing a lot more about his life, that definitely tells you not just his life, but just the impact he had in general. And definitely, just like Walter Mercado said, mucho paz, sino mucho, mucho, mucho amor. And I hope you guys definitely like this review. It like these thoughts that I have on Mucho Mucho Amor. And if there's any other things you want me to talk about, please let me know. And if you have any thoughts, comments, or concerns, please put your comments down below. Click like and subscribe. And I'll definitely make sure I post more videos as soon as possible, though. I'm sorry if I haven't, but there's other things that I do. And just sometimes, though, with the whole situation, though, it just takes a while. But I'm here because I'm here for you guys. And if you guys need anything, please let me know. There's also 2 videos that I did. I talk about Free Britney, and definitely tell you what has happened with the whole nice Rivera situation, which is very heartbreaking. And I'm making more videos on this channel though, but please let me know what you like. And this video is definitely made with Mucho Mucho Amor. And for those who are fans of Walter Mercado, it's out. And those who grew up watching him, Mucho Mucho Amor is on Netflix, so please watch it. You'll definitely love it. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and please take good care of yourselves, and please make sure to wear your mask, and please make sure to get tested and do whatever means possible to make sure to stay healthy during this whole crisis we're going through. Alright guys, please take good care of yourselves and stay safe, and definitely with much love.